Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about the inner child work and how it can help you to be more present and more connected to yourself and your children. I will share my own experience because I think it's helpful to have an example so that we can understand better how it works. And what I was working the last couple of weeks is about thoughts about being validated. Okay, so I was observing my mind to see what kind of thoughts I have, and one that I found that was almost all the time. It was really overwhelming. It was one that I was talking to other people, that people that were important to me, and these people were telling me, or were sometimes not even telling me, but I felt that they were adding value to me, that they were connecting to me, and they felt this connection, and that they said to me, "You are doing great." This external validation. Oh, that's amazing! Wow, how did you come to this? You know, this validation, and every time, even talking and saying, I already can feel in my body how good I feel, right? Because this is it. This is really something that has your body has a reaction to it, and this is why it's so compelling for you to go to the mind to visit this one time and again, so that you can have this feeling in your body. You feel good. It's this dopamine that you say, yeah, I'm doing it. But it's not true, because it's a fantasy, right? Okay, so I was analyzing this, and I said, oh my God, I have to stop this. Because it's not connected to the reality. I mean, it's a total disconnection with the body and what is really going on in your life, right? So I need to see what is happening here. So I started to analyze, and one of the first things, first I was able to catch one of them. It was easy because there's a lot of them in my mind. So I catch one of them at the beginning, and I said, okay, here it is. And I had the story, okay? The story was, I was telling someone about how good I have done, and this is amazing, and they were, oh, Betty, you're doing great, this is, and I was feeling this. Then I went to my body and I said, okay, what am I feeling? And there was this emotion right here in the chest of like it was expanding, this expansion. But I couldn't feel all the rest of the body. It was totally disconnected. Okay, so I took this. I couldn't catch it before happening. I could I was aware after. But it was okay, because I could see the pattern and I could see what it was doing in my body, right? So the next time I catch it a bit earlier, and then I felt, oh, I'm going to start to go into this. And then I check myself what was happening to me just in that moment, just before it started. And I felt this emptiness. It was like something is missing here. And I was, okay, this is the feeling, right? Like I need something more. And I don't know why, but this connected to me a lot. Every time I have a meal, especially, well, it can be a lunch and dinner, but normally at lunch, when I finish, I have this same emptiness. It's like, oh, there's something missing, I need something more. And normally I would take a chocolate or a dessert or whatever, something sweet. And when I took this dessert, I had the same feeling that I had with that fantasy about being someone telling me how good I've done. And I say, wow, that's the same, this expansion here in the chest. And I said the same thing in the body, because of course there are different things outside, but in my body, the sensation was exactly the same. So I said, oh, okay. So this is the body telling you what is happening. So let's go deep now for the inner child work, right? Because then, as I had that emptiness, I stick with it and I say, okay, let's see what is underneath that. Because of course, you could see with the mind that there was some kind of a need for validation, for external validation. And I was, okay, where did it start? And then I was aware of what kind of feelings were coming to me. And then I was starting to feel sad. There was this press here in my heart, and yeah, like I want to cry. I don't feel seen. That was the first thing that came to me, is I don't feel seen. I don't feel that they are seeing me, and it disconnected automatically with my inner child, because she was not being seen. And this took me to, okay, what else is going on here? And I saw that normally when I had a good grade, or I did something that was outstanding, normally my parents would come to me and say, oh, Patty, well done, that's great. And I had that good sensation. But the rest of the time, there was nothing. There was this emptiness, and it was the same emptiness, like I didn't feel that I was seen, or there was no connection. There was like this, something's missing here, And this is when I first started to create this in my mind, so that I will have this validation. This was a child mechanism, and it was really a good thing that this happened, because of course that child needed that to survive, because she felt lonely. She felt that she was not worthy. So it was a good thing that she created this, okay? And that what was happening is that she was also regulating her own body, her own nervous system, because as the validation was not coming externally, only when she was doing something that was outstanding, she internally created this mechanism so that she could have this validation all the time. That was the issue. No? And this is how she regulated it. And I thought, well, wow, that's great. I'm seeing it. And now, what can I do to this child so that we don't have to live this way for the rest of our lives, me and my child. No? So I took her with me. I brought her here close to my heart, and I put both of my hands in my heart. And I start to tell her, okay, every time we feel this emptiness, I'm going to be with you, and I'm going to tell you how beautiful you are, how well you are doing, and you don't need to go to the fantasy. I'm here with you. This is what I was doing, right? I was bringing her close to my heart. I was feeling this love for her, because I was understanding what was going on with her. And I said, no, it's okay. You're doing great. I'm here with you. Because actually what she needed was this connection. She just needed someone to be with her all the time, not just when she was doing something great. She needed that validation, not all the time, but more than what she got. So I just brought her close to my heart, and I start, okay, you're doing great. Giving myself what I couldn't have at that time. And the sensation was very similar, because instead of going to the mental, the mental realm, I was just being with myself in my body. This is how we stop the energy to go up, and we keep the energy with ourselves. And you will say, why? Why want to keep this energy with ourselves? Because we can be present. We can be in the here and now. We can be in our bodies. We are not in our minds, instead of living the life, living life. And it's amazing how deep this kind of work can go, because I mean, now every time I feel this, and it doesn't mean that you will not have a dessert, or that, but it's a conscious choice. You say, okay, I'm going to have this dessert. And I prefer to have a dessert than go to my mind, because the mind disconnects you from the body. The body, we are here to have this experience. We are not here to be in our minds, right? And this is what we want, and we want to be present to our children as well. And this is what was missing at that time. And you see how this goes generation from generation. Of course, my parents weren't present, but not because they weren't there, because they were not in the body. And this is what we want to change. We want to be present. We want to be really with the attention in what the child is telling us, not thinking about something else, right? So this is the kind of work that I'm doing, and this is why I also think that we can change generations, because we are more conscious now of all this. We have this body awareness. We have all this knowledge about also how it's important to be present, not to be so much in the mind. And this is why I think it's so important for every parent that wants to have a better relationship with their children, to do this kind of work, to be more in the body, to give this pause, to stop regulate the nervous system. This is also so important. And if you want some help, I will put in the description below how to work with me. This is what I do.